Going to do a hypothetical situation here. It's Thursday night, but I'm making some videos so I can publish them, have them published while I'm on vacation, so you guys have something to watch. So, hypothetical situation is this Southwest, I guess, gets stolen or damaged somehow, and it's no longer my main queue, and I have to pick another main. I think I have 41 pull queues right now. I have to pick one to replace my Southwest as my main queue. So let me set this aside. Now you all just saw all the queues, but I'm going to talk about them anyway. What I did is I went over and I picked out the queues that would be contenders. I call these contenders, contender queues to be my main queues. So this first one, and really I could stop the list right here, but I'm not going to because that would be a really short video. This is my Tascarella. I got it recently. It's really nice, looks really nice, kind of right in my wheelhouse. Maybe it seems just a little plain to me sometimes, but I think, I really think that this would be my main, or one of the really, really strong contenders. There was actually a Tascarella that I saw for sale today on Facebook, and he wanted a lot of money for it, and I can afford it, but I could not afford it and go on vacation. So I had to kind of make him an offer. Can I make payments? As I get paid, and he hasn't answered me. I do not expect him to. He's going to have people chomping at the bit to buy that cube. But so this is the Tascarella I have, and absolutely a contender cube for me. Absolutely. The next one, and this is in a category all by itself. Okay, this is my peach hour, and this is what I call my main peach hour. Even though I only had it for like 3 months, I shot with it for like 3 months before I won my Scruggs. It is a peach hour. It's got rounded points. I think it's the only cue that I have on the table that's got rounded points. But I believe I shoot better with this cue than anything else that I own. Even though I haven't hit a ball with this cue since like spring of 2021. I can't say that. I've shot with it down here, but I haven't played anything even close to serious since spring of 2021 when I won my Scruggs. But I still think I hit better and shoot better with this than anything else on the table. Anything else that I own, I think this is the shit. If what I cared about was playing my best pool, if all I cared about was playing my best pool, it would be with this cue. But that's not all I care about. I also care about having a little bit of street cred and having a really pretty cue that I like and all that stuff. But I do love this cue, and it is right in smack dab in the middle of my wheelhouse as far as attractiveness goes. So definitely a contender. Next one that I have, this one I got fairly recently. This is my Rundy Shawn, old school look, Spanish bull leather wrap. Shawn with sharp points, from what I've been told, is about the mid 80s. I do have a low squirt shaft on it. This is a Jacoby Edge hybrid. I just kind of told myself back when I got this that the two shafts that came with it weren't in very good shape at all. They might be able to be cleaned up, but I was like, well, I'll shoot with this. This is what I call my B shaft, and for a long time, about 6 years at least, this was my main shaft until I went back to low squirt stock shafts. This was my shaft. It went from Shawn to Shawn to Shawn as I went through several of them. And now it's back on another Shawn. If I didn't have the Tascarella, then I think this would probably be my main. Definitely a contender. Next cue, another recent purchase. This is my Cohen, and absolutely beautiful cue. The Spanish bull wrap has very rapidly become my favorite kind of leather wrap. I love the colors on this Q. I like the colors, the treatment down here. Um, Not the world's biggest fan of the white joints. And maybe I'll talk about that a little bit. I don't know why I'm like that, but I am like that. I'm not a big fan of the white joints on a Q. Not, and it's all about looks. I'm not saying they hit bad or anything. It just, for me, it's just all about looks. But absolutely still a contender. This guy here I bought at Derby, and this is my Pierce Q I bought from Joe Salazar's booth, so he would stop yelling at me every time I went to the bathroom. Very pretty. The only Q that I have on the table there with the black forearm. Now it's got a keelwood shaft on it. I also have a Q-Tech Synergy 15K shaft that fits on this. If this were to become my main, I would probably just go screw it and go with the black Q-Tech shaft, and drink the Kool-Aid and have the carbon fiber shaft just like everybody else. I don't like being like everybody else. So then this guy is, as of now, I believe, my prettiest Q. This is my Allman Q. Again, I bought this at Derby. I've shown this and talked about it and bragged about it and such. The absolute only thing I don't like about this Q is the white. Just an aesthetics thing for me. I don't think it looks as good. People will go, oh, well, yeah, this white matches this white. And whatever. It's just me, and that's just the way I am. One of those things that I like better is the look of a stainless steel joint. Anybody that's got a decent enough memory will know that my Southwest doesn't have a stainless steel joint, but neither does it have a white joint. It's black. So this guy here, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this one. This is what I call my second Carmelli. I got this early 2021. Had to get it shipped off almost immediately to get it rewrapped, because the wrap that was on it was nylon or linen and super slick. I couldn't even hold on the Q. But this thing's very, very pretty. Again, I like the blues. I like the really striking blues. Ariel does some fantastic work. One of the things about this Q is when I have shot with it, a big part of it is I just haven't gotten used to it as well as I could have, but I haven't played as well with this Q as I would have liked. I don't know. For me, it seemed a little bit inconsistent as far as sometimes it seems to squirt a lot, sometimes not very much. And it seemed to have a bit of a dead hit for me at times. This is just me, and probably just the fact that I wasn't used to the Q. But definitely beautiful, and definitely a contender. And then last but certainly not least, this is my Tim Scruggs. I won in spring of 2021. The only Tim Scruggs I have or have ever had. And this one kind of set the stage for me to start liking what I would call like a player level Q, as opposed to something more intricate and fancy and things like that. I grew to really like the way this Q looks and love the way this Q plays. And I've talked about this wrap before, I think. I don't know what kind of a wrap it is, but it feels very, very nice, and it feels thicker than the other leather wraps I have. This one, it almost feels a little bit rubbery, and I get a really, really good grip on it. Whereas with some of the other ones, I don't know, it doesn't feel as soft, I guess, and stainless steel, which I really like. So these Qs would all be they would all be top contenders if something happened to my Southwest. I really hope that never comes to pass, and I don't have to make that kind of decision. I do really like my Southwest. Now, I mentioned, though, that I put in an offer of making payments for a Tascarella. I have almost zero doubt in my mind that if I get that Tascarella, it's got stainless steel joint, and it actually looks a lot like my Allman Q, a lot like this one. Very pretty, and I know that Tascarellas all hit well because I own one and it hits really well. I really have a feeling that that guy would not only be on this table as a contender, but it would be in the lead if I end up getting it. Don't really expect that to happen, but you never know. And so that's this video, I guess.